going to wish you all our patients. We are going to keep coming every year.
Thank you.
This is. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone present here. I, Alekia, working as a house surgeon,
Hi Praveen, house surgeon.
going to host today's program. Today we gather with heartfuls of gratitude and pride as we celebrate a remarkable journey. A journey of healing, hope and new beginnings. It gives us immense pleasure and pride to welcome you all to this special program organized to celebrate the remarkable achievement that we have done. The successful journeys and surgeries that we have transformed lives and strengthened our commitment to the healthcare excellence.
Today's gathering is not just an event, it's a tribute. A tribute to the skill and dedication of our surgeons, the unwavering support of our medical and nursing staff, the trust and courage of our patients, and the vision of our institution to continuously strive for progress and compassion.
We are here to acknowledge the milestones we have achieved, the challenges we have overcome, and the lives we have touched through the medical expertise, teamwork, and humanity. Each successful journey is a story of hope, resilience, and healing. And today, we honor every person who makes that possible.
On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my warm welcome to our respected DG Nageshwarrao sir and Abhishek sir. We kindly request them to come onto the dais.
And Program Coordinator Bhaskar sir.
One of the rich gods who is there at hills in Tirupati. He was Swayambhu, means he appeared here and became like what he is today. Okay, he's done a lot of assets like what Bill Gates has, a lot of assets and all that. Everything is free, is being done. I'm very happy to be here to address you after finished about 70 cases, 76 cases. And it's very strange that which I cannot look back and see. Started in 2004 or 5, they came first. Aditi is the person who is in charge at the time. She said, where are you from? From India. What do you do? She said, a population smile and all that. I'm going there to Vijayawada, Dr.Pinnamaneni SIMS RF Medical Care. Oh, that's my grandfather. In 2006, I think we started the first one. As you all know, most of you may not know unless you are from the United States, that Maggie and Catherine, they have, one is a doctor, is MD DDS in Maryland. He got, why I'm telling you about Maryland is, I'll tell you. Kathy is a nurse. Both of them were started this in almost, started in 1982. I am first, let me introduce myself. I am a surgeon, general surgeon first. When I left the United States, I worked as an intern in Maryland. There is a Franklin Square Hospital. I was a rotating intern. Then I moved to Lahey Clinic, one of the wonderful best institute, surgical institute in United States of America, Lahey Clinic, where I became a surgeon for 1 year. Then I became a urologist. I'm a plumber of human being. I was there from 1969 to 78. Operations by about 130 countries. They have their institutions like that. But they are permanent. They do the work. So I was a rotating intern. Then I moved to Boston, where I got trained as a urologist. I returned. Vivekananda said, probably I'm sure you heard of Nivedita, the Britisher who moved to India and became Indian. Vivekananda told, as long as millions of Indians live in hunger and ignorance, I call every educated man a traitor, having been educated at their cost, pays the least heed to them. We are all subsidized in all our institutions. So whose money? It's public money. The public money, if we don't take care of them, we are studied, we didn't pay high standards. It's not like in US where its charges are very high. So that's what we have to get trained, we have to go back to our place, we have to do this. That's why we came. So from Maryland started, so that's how I think Maggie and both of them have come. Virginia, they lived and they studied in Maryland. And both of them are such wonderful, presented Maggie with USAID in 2007, presented Maggie with the President's Call, Service Award from President George W. Bush in 2009. News and World Report named Kathy and Bill being American Best Leaders. So you are serving on behalf of Kathy and Maggie, who are the best leaders. I was telling yesterday, I think I should invite both of them to come to our country next time. We will plan that, but apparently Maggie is not, he must be in 90s, 80s. It is not old. Because I have to accept I am more than that. Getting old is mandatory. Remember this, all of you. Getting old is mandatory. Feeling old is optional. I feel I am only 35. Who can deny that? I will run with you. But anyhow, that's what it is. They have, when they started in 1982, then now they are spread in 40 countries. There are 30 permanent care centers, 18 places like all villages, 18 villas they have there. In India, I think we have about, how many we have? 7. Only 7. Like that, in 40 countries, total, a lot of them. There are 6,000 volunteers like what you are, in all branches. Medical volunteers, 6,000 from 60 countries. What a unique thing, how we can blend all the, get together. A peaceful thing to do that. They have done, with 2021, they have come to a decision. Because 1982 they started, 50 years. We are also doing Golden Jubilee of our academy, which started this institution. In 50 years, they wanted to finish almost 1 million of operations by patients get relieved. That is the goal. So that's why I think we will ask them to come more and more, stay a longer time and get more than 200, 300, whatever. Let us make our Andhra 2 states clot-free states. But of course, they will be coming. There are not too many, only deliveries, we have to see that. So how they are being rewarded, how they have, now I think they must go there and to them, see the Wikipedia, they have about $132 crores as a accomplishment. But at one stage, they didn't have any problems. But they did a good job. God always give away, you will get it. Don't ask, say, I want this, I am praying you. Don't ask anything. You do a good job. Vivekananda story, one little story, which most of you don't know, including my students also. I keep on telling this. You all know Rockefeller? Nelson Rockefeller, one of the biggest philanthropists. In the beginning, Nelson Rockefeller was at 50 years of age. Vivekananda visited to address the Chicago address of the parliamentarians of communities. He went there with no dollar in his pocket. Always he was staying there because Indian monk, that's what he was called, in Chicago address. So he was staying, and he was really excellent in the sense that he can read your mind, tell. So that's why he was taken as a, when he was addressed the Chicago parliamentarians and all that about, he said, the first thing he said is, dear sisters and brothers of America. There was 5 minutes applause. So this fellow was 50 years, the richest man at that time in those days. And he's about to feeling sick, whatever it is, he's about to die and all that. He's staying one of the friend's house, Vivekananda. He said, you're not doing well. Why don't you go and see the Indian monk, Vivekananda? He didn't want to go. He's not Christian, he's a rich man. How can he go and see a monk? But somehow, he's about almost, everybody was thinking he's going to die. So he went, without waiting for ushering him into the office, he just threw the book and went inside and said, Vivekananda was looking through the window. These are all the facts which happened in that time. And he said, I know who you are. You came here, you have done this, you have done this. He was telling, he was stunned. Except me, nobody knows what I have done on these things. How could you know? That's what his mind reading. So he said, it's not God has given you the riches, not for enjoy yourself. It's to spread others, given to the needy people. Who is this fellow warning me, coming from India? So he walked out. And after 1 week, he returned. Put a check, he gave him a check. Here is a check I am giving you. You have to thank me. Vivekananda replied, no, you have to thank me. Because we are going to do better things. That is the first donation he gave. And he never stopped. And he just gave all the, he became 50 years, he thought he will die. He lived up to 92 years. Rockefeller, and he started doing all the donations, giving things. That is how. Give away your own social responsibility. God is giving you to give it, to disperse it to the needy people. So if you're all doing here this volunteer service, don't expect anything in return, but you will be awarded without here. There is in south of America, one of the countries, one 10-year-old boy went to delivering the goods. So he said, he asked the girl, for payment, he does it. He asked the girl, I'm thirsty, can you give me a glass of water? And this 20-year-old girl was there. So she gave, I think, she looked at him and said, I think this fellow boy needs more than water. She gave a glass of milk. He drank a glass of milk and said, thank you very much, madam, thank you very much. How much shall I pay? She said, my mother taught me not to take anything when you do something in kind. She refused. He refused. So he felt happy, thanked again from the bottom of him. That's it. The story is ended there. This woman needed, after 30 years of that incident, needed to get into hospital, the local hospital, but they referred her to tertiary care hospital at Baltimore, Johns Hopkins Hospital. There she went. She was admitted in ICU. There was no insurance in those days. She was there for 30 days, got better, she's get to relieved. As there is no payment she can pay, there's no money to pay for that, she said, I'm going to stay, serve here this particular hospital for myself as a return for what I got. And the bill came. With shivering hands, he opened the bill and looked at it, paid in full with a glass of milk. This is what was written. How is it? The fellow who teaches her is a certain William Kelly, the greatest, famous Kelly clan, and all that we use, in surgery. So he's that boy, 10-year-old boy, who went to the village, who is serving that. He remembered this boy is the person, the girl is the person who gave me the water. Milk, who gave me the milk. That's why she wrote there as praise in full, because you gave me a glass of milk. So you will be get. There's a social responsibility. You fulfill that, you will get. So all of you, or at least a few of you, I inspired you that giving away, you will get back. Don't expect that you are giving away. You want it to get back. Then automatically do it. Somebody is there, GOD, generator, operator, destroyer. In our thing we say Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So friends, I am very happy. I cannot expect anything more than that to give you information. What you are doing, you will be rewarded. That's all. Keep doing. Don't give up. Okay? God bless you. To all the best.
They do a good job. How they work. They leave their place from all the way back and do. And my boys, my girls who are working as volunteers, they know me too well. So that's okay. But I think, please do what? Remember that and carry it, spread it. Thank you.
We have been coming here since 2006, and every single time we have come here, we have felt so welcome. Every single person, the hospital staff. I mean, there's been so many changes also in terms of the nurses, in terms of changes in the management. But Sir has always been there, and he has been very, very supportive of us throughout the years. Right? There are a few things that I remember a lot about Vijayawada. One of the first missions, which I think was in 2006, when we came here to do a mission, and I was a program coordinator, so I was doing exactly what Durga and Rohit is doing on this mission. And that is when we would not buy or purchase cargo locally. The entire cargo would be imported from our office in the US. And for about 20 days, we tried to clear our cargo through customs in Bombay. And we were not able to clear the customs. So I remember the whole international team landed here. I was in Bombay Customs. And then I flew in. And we had no cargo on that first mission that we did. Just imagine landing here without any equipment, without any drugs, consumables, anything, right? And we planned to do about close to 110 surgeries on that surgical program. There is no better way to give other than to serve people and to actually change their lives within a span of a few hours. There are so many times a lot of people have asked me, why do you work for Smile and all of that, right? I mean, you can do some other job, or why do you've been doing the same thing for 20 years. One thing that Dr. Bill Medi said, long back, about 20 years back, and that really touched me. There are so many problems in the world. I mean, just look at the world today. There are so many problems in the world. There are wars happening. There are so many public health emergencies. There isn't peace anywhere. There's immigration problems across the world now. There are so many diseases that are there in the world. A lot of this are so difficult to solve, so complex, so layered problems. But a child with a cleft lip and palate can actually have a normal life with just one simple surgery. Yes, sometimes they will need some orthodontics, they will need some speech therapy. But it is something that is very easily fixable. And just imagine, when we see older patients today, 30 years old or 40 years old, just imagine no one had 45 minutes to 1 hour for that child, which is the reason that child has been, child has grown up as a marginalized citizen, and the child has not been able to be a part of productive workforce, has not been able to go to school, has not been able to have a normal life, right? Again, just think of what we just did. Each of you here who have actually come here, dedicated your time, come together as humans to help others. I think the world would be a much better place to live in. So a huge thank you to every single one of you, all our international volunteers, every volunteer from India who has actually given your time for this mission. So thank you so much. Few other people I really want to thank, and I did mention it today morning, is all our amazing student volunteers. So please let's give a big round of applause for our students. As I was saying today morning, when we come to Vijayawada, there's no way we can communicate with the patients. There's no way we can communicate sometimes even with some of the hospital staff. And when I say we, it's all of us included, all our international volunteers as well as we Indians coming from other parts of the country. So a big thank you to you all for all your help, hard work and your passion this week. Thank you guys. I'll just tell you a small secret. I actually started in operations as a student volunteer way back in 2004 as a translator in Bolpur when I was in university. Then I started student programs in India, and then I started working. So I really understand the hard work that you put in, and again, very close to my heart, and I really respect everything that you've done. So thank you guys. There's a few more people that I really have to thank. Some of them are not here today. So MS sir, medical superintendent sir, principal sir, as well as all the administrative staff, as well as the management of the hospital. I think they have been so very supportive throughout this week, and not just this week. Every time we come, we feel so welcome here. Okay. One person that I really want to extend some, our special gratitude and thanks is actually Naveen sir. Where's Naveen sir?
Where is Naveen?
Naveen sir. Naveen sir really deserves a huge round of applause. I will give you some examples why. This was about 7:30, 8 o'clock, I think yesterday or day before yesterday. Bhaskar and me were sitting in the hotel room, and then someone said, there was a need for some oxygen cylinders in the post-op ward. Okay. And someone told that to Bhaskar, and then Bhaskar immediately took his phone out and called Naveen. He was like, Bhaskar, it's 8:30 at night. Can't we call, just see if a technician can bring it out or something. Bhaskar said, no, Naveen sir is always available. And literally within 20 minutes, he made it happen. Every single thing that we have needed, no matter how small, how big, no matter at what time of the day or night or evening, he has always been available on the phone. And again, I was just telling Bhaskar that, I have a great team. I'm very proud of my team in Operation Smile India. We have amazing staff. But I was just telling Bhaskar that I just hope all my staff become like Naveen sir. It's like no matter what day or night you give them a call, they pick up the phone and get things done in 10 minutes. That's a dream. So thank you so much, Naveen sir, for all your help.